Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, welcome to your favorite night of the week. Forget about NBC and their former Thursday night slate with Friends and Seinfeld. You're with Friends right now because it's Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty. I'm Dan Marotti along with...
You said the NBC?
Yeah.
Why are you mad at them?
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
But they just, Thursday night used to be their big night of the week. Now the big night of the week is you.
Us.
Well, you gotta introduce yourself.
My girl Kara, though, I can't have sex with. Okay, you go ahead. Stop, man.
I'm Dan Marotti along with
MJ now.
our brand new Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty is
He's going to
now.
edit that out.
Tickets are on sale now for our 20th anniversary Back to the 80s and 90s WrestleFest Birthday Bash, Saturday, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans, welcome to another Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty. I'm Dan Marotti. Marty, we're just about a month away from the big one at this point. Are you getting... What are you doing?
Why are you yelling?
I'm excited. We're less than a month away.
You know I love you.
We're less than a month away.
November. Oh, when
Saturday night, November the 13th.
Yeah.
2 blocks that way, but I'm telling you.
Do you know
You may
Joe?
have to take one for the team for us with Piggott.
What you want me to do?
You know what. It's a little corner office back there.
What if you have sex with Tony Ellis?
Oh. I mean, of all the names to throw at me, you're going to throw that?
Yeah.
It's almost as bad as Piggott.
Our girl Nia.
Yeah.
She's mad at me.
Well, I'm not worried
She
about
just-
Nia. I'm worried about Piggott.
Who?
Piggott.
Who?
No, you'll meet Piggott.
Pega.
Marty Jannetty. Paul Bearer used to call her the fabulous Moolah because she looked kind of like Moolah.
Who was it?
Piggott.
Who's that?
She runs the hall we were going to be at.
She's a big ass girl.
Not really. She looks kind of like Mrs. Garrett from The Facts of Life.
Would you fuck her?
No. I am not a fan of Piggott, but I'm hoping maybe with your southern charm, you might be able to calm the seas with Piggott.
Oh, make it a little cheaper, okay.
No, definitely not getting that, but just to avoid
I'll do it if
World
she's
War
kind
III.
of pretty. You know what?
Well, do you remember Mrs. Garrett from The Facts of Life? Yes, definitely. If natural. Do you remember Mrs. G? Yeah. Well, she kind of looks like her, only with a Charlestown accent.
Now, though, I mean, she's
Yeah.
got to be 100 pounds, more than she was.
Well, I think Mrs. G is dead, but we're talking Facts of Life era, Mrs. G.
I know who you're talking
Oh,
about.
okay. You're talking 80s, Mrs. G.
All right.
Now, could you take one for the
Is
team
it going
with
to save
Piggott?
us money?
I don't think it's going to save us money, but I think it could save us a lot of
You
headaches
just
and
want me to
hassle.
fuck her for no reason.
No, I want to, like I said,
sorry
I
about
want
that, yeah.
I want you to use your southern charm to calm the seas. It's very difficult to run the venue. It
what's
took us.
wrong- what's wrong?
One of the reasons why I pushed certain things not happening
What's
in
wr-
that building is that it took us 9 years to be able to rent it.
What's wrong with the seas?
Very choppy. Very
That's your-
choppy. Difficult. Very difficult.
That's your fault.
No,
You got a 15-year-old by that lady that don't like you.
he's not mine biologically.
Oh, really? Oh, it's hers?
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't know that. You didn't tell me that.
Well, I thought you knew. Well, now you know.
Now I do.
But what about Piggott?
Anyway.
All right, wrestling fans, back to the fall. Before we get to the fall of 1990,
gonna do
we
about-
want you to get ready to go back to the 80s. Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall. This crazy is going to be with
And
us.
Jody, don't be mad at me because we got booked first.
Again, fans, Saturday night, November the 13th, get your all-inclusive VIP packages and tickets now. I'm going to note one thing.
What?
Because it is such a nuisance, and there's so many folks, and we still love you guys, don't worry, we love you, but when you guys do a pre-order a day or two before the event, it is such a nuisance to try and put the package together. The week of the event, we're going to raise the prices. The same thing at the door. If you pay in cash, it'll be a little bit cheaper than a credit card because of all the processing fees
Dan.
that we have to deal with.
Why you yelling?
because I'm excited. We're less than a month away. Our 20th anniversary.
It is pretty cool. Shave your beard, though. You got a
That would have to be
spider
like a
leg
gimmick
doing
match.
this. Oh, yeah, there you go. Fix it.
Well,
No,
I got to go
still-
see our friends at Noel Salon on Green Street in Melrose now. They've moved from Malden.
Is it going to be 20th?
20th.
Wow.
Well, the official anniversary is September 28th, but the next big live event with physical wrestling is
the
going to be
building.
that November 13th event. And the best part is, beyond the hot in-ring action you're going to see of the superstars of today and tomorrow that you're going to see on AEW and WWE. I mean, look at our last event. Brian Pillman Jr., he's in AEW now.
Junior,
Yuta
yeah.
Wheeler, he's in AEW now. Christian Casanova is known as Carmelo
Who's
Hayes
that?
in NXT now.
Who's that?
He's Carmelo Hayes in NXT now.
Is he pretty good?
Yeah, and we're just talking about guys from our last show. Brian
okay.
Malonis is a regular in Ring of Honor. So we're not just talking, some when you go to quote-unquote independent shows, you see guys from local wrestling schools that are almost forced to be given a spot because they pay to go to the school. That's not how we do it. We bring them in from all over the country, sometimes all over the world, literally. I mean, if you saw how many plane tickets and hotel rooms we have booked over at the Holiday Inn Express, baby, I'm telling you.
And that girl's so pretty. There's a new girl there now.
Good.
that
Well,
works at-
I look forward to meeting her.
Well, no, you made Maria quit.
I don't think I made Maria quit.
Where'd she work? She was at the other one.
I think she was in the one in Revere.
The old Howard Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Anyway,
sorry.
back to the fall of 1990 after we get that out of the way. In one of the more weak
She is
angles,
pretty, though. There's
one of the
another pretty
weakest
one.
angles I can think of
I like
of its
Maria,
time. Ravishing Rick Rude was suspended indefinitely by Jack Tunney for the heinous action of making fun of the Big Boss Man's mother as Rick Rude departed the company.
One time.
Do you think they could have come up with a better angle than that?
Yes. One time, one time though, and I love Rick. That's my brother, and rest in peace. But there was a. Can I tell this?
Yes.
It's about.
Yeah.
It's about a girl.
All
I
right.
think I already told it.
We're trying to focus on Rick Rude in 1990, but if you feel it's relevant, go ahead.
It is relevant.
Okay.
But you remember how you kiss the girls and lay them down and stuff? They always hired like models, like model girls to be, to plant in the audience.
Not the Annie types.
There you go again. We started showing different. Okay, but one time, I forget what city, but it's so horrible to tell y'all, but because Shawn's married now, I can't tell.
Well, this was before he found God, so he was a different man.
Shawn, the girl sucked him off. Oh, gosh, that's horrible.
She filleted him.
That's better.
Well, he was married to his first wife.
Teresa, yeah.
Yeah.
But the best part was that she sucked him up. God, that's horrible. I can't tell that.
He exploded in her.
I don't know if he exploded. I just know she sucked him off.
She rocked him, her.
And then
And
Rick
maybe
Rude,
him too,
And
later
then
on.
we all in the dressing room because they got closed circuit TVs. We're all in there. I'm not gonna wear this forever. I'm not changing no more. He ain't changed. Look at his clothes. When did you change last?
You want to know what's horrible? And watch the fans start to pay attention now.
What?
But every time we do a new shoot, I try and get a new shirt. And this morning I was here. We were here pretty late last night. We went out. We had a delicious meal.
we're gonna be later
at the
tonight.
Kowloon Entertainment Dining Complex.
We got a tipple.
So this morning I had a CRPS feeling in both of my knees, and I was in extreme pain. I was trying to put my medicine down, and the goddamn iced tea slid down my beard onto the shirt. Now, you can't see it too much. I know where it hit, and I'm greatly annoyed that my new shirt that I have has iced tea all over it.
I hate
Dan Luck, as I call it.
I hate your shirt.
Gat. You hate my shirt?
Ew.
Well, at least you're honest about it. We'll see. I know my friend June McGowan at home. If she's watching,
who's that?
she'll probably like my shirt. June is one of our super fans. Oh, Marty, I hope you're not going to mess up your microphone.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Howard.
You look like a little child getting ready for Halloween. I mean,
So what happened? What was going to tell about
Can
Rick
you
Rude?
hear him, Howard? All right, good. If we lose him, let us know as we get ready to go trick-or-treating.
And I hate to tell y'all this, but Rick Rude used to do that kiss thing. 'Cause it was always a plant in the audience, but she'd actually she'd suck Shawn off that that day, and then Rick had to kiss her. You know, he had to do that thing, and there's closed circuit TVs, and we're all back there watching like, let's see if he kisses her, and he did. Because that was part of the gimmick, right? And she had just sucked Shawn off. Is that okay to tell?
We just did, and I believe you've shared it before, so if nothing else, it's sloppy seconds.
Rick kissed her a lot. He kissed her a lot, too.
Yeah, well, probably thought, well, I'm not even going to go there. Anyway, Rick Rude leaves WWF. He was hurt. He had the injury bug, so to speak, following SummerSlam. I know he missed some house shows. Yeah. Then he found out what Warrior's payoff was for their match with SummerSlam, and he was pretty pissed off.
No, that was Nails. Got mad about
that was 2 years later. This is SummerSlam 90 I'm talking about. No, Rick Rude and Ultimate Warrior at SummerSlam 90. Rude found out what Warrior's payoff was. He was pretty pissed,
Warrior fucked
and he
over
was
two
bye-bye WWF. No, Warrior didn't leave. Rude did.
There was this one time, I ain't supposed to tell y'all this, I think I told you.
All right.
Warrior he hurt. When he hit you, it hurt.
Yeah.
And Rick Rude's a bad boy. That's not somebody to play with. And he actually told me and Kurt Hennig, we were, and Shawn, sorry Shawn, move. But he told us, I'm not going to get hurt tomorrow. And it was Topeka, Kansas, and Rick said, when we walked in his restroom, he was drinking beer.
I remember you've told that story recently on a recent episode.
Oh, I already did it.
Yeah. So Rude didn't like how stiff Warrior was with it.
And he told him.
He made his point. He made his point.
Told him.
And it ended.
And he told him, you know what he did? He told him, don't do it again.
So at SummerSlam 90, now Warrior was the world champion. You could technically call it the semi-main event. I think more people were interested in Hogan and Earthquake. But do you think...
Hogan and Earthquake?
Hogan, that
Nothing
was a
gives
hot
you
feud.
Earthquake, you know you died.
That was a hot feud.
Earthquake?
Hogan and Earthquake?
I love you, Earthquake.
That drew good business.
Say R.I.P.
Warrior and Rude.
Say R.I.P.
Rest in peace to the late John Kemp.
Yeah, love you, brother.
I met him once
He's
at the New Haven Coliseum when he was doing the Oddities gimmick, when he was under a mask. Huge man. That's a huge man.
One time, Kerry Von Erich, our boy Kerry, he had put a trash can full of water upside the door, the hotel door, and he knocked on the door of Quake, and Quake opened the door. He got mad though. He got so mad at Kerry, but he still.
Oh, he knew it was Kerry?
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
Well, Kerry only had 1 foot, so I can't imagine he was too quick in running away.
You know when that happened? I saw it. It was in St. Louis.
The Colonel De Beers incident?
Yes.
Yeah.
How'd you know?
Because I know the Colonel De Beers incident.
Okay. Yeah, it was around the post, and he snatched. Yeah, I guess he lost it in a motorcycle accident or something.
He was out of work for quite a while. That's why Tony claimed that's why they brought him and Ultimate Warrior into World Class, was when Kerry got injured and lost his foot, to try and cover with, big, strong-looking superstars.
Why they brought him there was to appease Warrior. Warrior was a miserable motherfucker. Excuse me.
But this was, I'm talking
all
world class.
All these people are dead.
I'm talking world class
Kerry's
now.
dead, Warrior's dead, everybody's dead.
Well, thank God you're here to tell their stories, brother.
I'm going to pull your beard.
No.
But,
not allowed to. But no, they to try and, keep strong, good-looking athletes there. When Kerry was injured and lost his foot in that accident, they brought in Tony and Warrior. Warrior came from Memphis as one of
how many is that?
What was he, Blade? What they call the Blade Runners? That's the end of segment. What were they, the Blade Runners in Memphis?
That was Sting in him.
Yeah, Rock and Blade. Rock and
But it was
Yeah,
Sting and
someone with
Warrior.
Google will know better than us. But so Sting wound up going to work for Bill Watts, and Warrior went to go work for Fritz, and Tony went to go work for Fritz to cover for the Warrior when he was out, to cover for Kerry when he was out having his foot worked on. I don't know how you would describe it, but
Well, I mean, because they put it on. I hate telling you all this, but it was, and he put it in that boot.
what
man.
was in the boot? Do you know to make it look
Wood.
even?
Wood? Yes.
Now, how uncomfortable was that for his foot?
Well, you have to
I
ask
mean,
her.
well, I don't know if stump is the right word, but was it uncomfortable for his stump?
You have to ask him.
Well, I can't.
Well, then you can't ask me
I guess
either.
we'll never know then. All right. Wrestling fans, right now we're going to take a brief time out again. We are literally just a few weeks away from the big one. We're going to celebrate 20 years of Boston wrestling and go back to the 80s at WrestleFest. Saturday night, November the 13th.
Nowhere
Memorial
Thursday.
Hall in Melrose. Get your tickets now at bostonwrestling.com.
Tickets are on sale now for our 20th anniversary Back to the 80s and 90s WrestleFest Birthday Bash, Saturday, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts. The World Wrestling Federation was live in Lockspur, California, Friday, October the 7th, 1988. In the opening contest, Paul Roma beat Dangerous Danny Davis. Coco Samoa with the win over Bulldog Bob Brown. Hercules defeated Ken Patera. The Powers of Pain victorious over the Bolsheviks. Karate Chris Doobie beat Little Tokyo. And in the main event, Hacksaw Jim Duggan with the win over the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. If you were in Lockspur Live, share your memories in the comment section below. Use the links in the description box to keep Wrestling Legends working in our eBay store and on our world-renowned Patreon streaming service so we can bring you more interactive superstar shoot interviews to relive the good old days of professional wrestling. Check it out. Boston wrestling sports in the MWF explodes into a new year with professional wrestling content galore and need you to join our family. Every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. after our Monday Night Raw review, it's Wrestling Insiders at your house with WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas. Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. after NXT and AEW, join rotating legends on Wrestling Insiders Special Edition. Every Thursday night at 10 p.m. after our NXT and Dynamite review, it's Marty Jannetty's No Holds Barred Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll Journey on Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty. Friday night after SmackDown, don't miss John Cena Sr.'s Wrestling Insiders Fabulous Fridays. Plus, look for classic clips, history videos, bonus live episodes, pay-per-view watch-alongs, and more. For less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, get early ad-free access to our Wrestling Insider talk shows, our acclaimed studio shoot interview DVD library, and help keep wrestling legends work.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marotti.
And I'm Mr. USA WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas.
The road to WrestleMania has begun. Wrestling fans are looking to add to their man caves. You got to see what we have in the eBay store.
Check it out.
Support Wrestling Insiders in-studio shoot interviews on eBay with this brand new personally autographed WWE Royal Rumble 2021 11x14 poster signed by WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, his advocate Paul Heyman, and Kevin Owens. Reigns and Owens battled for the Universal title in a last standing match January 31st in the Thunderdome in Tampa. This limited edition collector's poster is number 31 of only 50 produced. Comes with WWE authentication hologram on the poster itself. Also comes with an on-air shout-out from WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas and a bonus autographed 8x10 photo. Get this rare, awesome collectible for your man cave and help keep wrestling legends working now. Wrestling fans, especially here in the Boston area, we want to thank our great friends at Red Rose for their support for all of our charitable endeavors and programming efforts. Red Rose is 2 years young and extremely thankful for all the support they've had from our neighbors here in Melrose and beyond for an amazing first 2 years. Red Rose thanks Melrose and all of the first responders who have fought the good fight and have never given up hope during these unprecedented times. We did it together. Follow Red Rose on Facebook for their anniversary special, facebook.com/Red Rose Melrose. You'll be glad you did. Open until 2 a.m. Red Rose will give you fresh, piping hot mouth-watering food that'll put an ear-to-ear smile on even the toughest critic's face. Check out their full menu online at redrosema.com or give them a call, 781-620-1889.
Wrestling fans, welcome back to Wrestling Insiders. I'm joined by, can I say you're my favorite co-host without hurting anybody's feelings?
Let me pinch your arm.
Can I say that? Or, you know, you've been such a nuisance to me lately. Maybe you're not my favorite.
Tony's going to get mad at you. And then Senior.
Senior, I worry. Senior gets feisty.
You got a lot of boyfriends.
Senior gets feisty.
No, you don't.
No, he gets a little salty.
Are you serious?
Cena Senior? Oh, yeah. He's laid the law down with me many times.
Well, then stop fucking up.
Well, when it comes to that sorry sack humanity that you were just talking about, see, I didn't say anything too
have
bad.
to say it like that.
All right, October 30th, Fort Wayne, Indiana.
I'm gonna get you though.
A wrestling challenge
I'm gonna
taping.
pinch the shit out
It
of
was
you.
a night of Saturday night's
I
main
might do it
event,
now.
and Halloween came early. Marty, what are you doing?
I'm gonna pinch you.
No, just sit down. Come on. We're doing the show. Hey.
Shit's breaking all around us. And
After
he wants
Hawk
me to
and
sit
Animal,
down.
the Legion of Doom returned to WWF. Well, I shouldn't say returned, debuted in WWF. They decided to try and repackage Demolition. Instead of wearing face paint,
You know
they
why?
put the three of them under hoods
You know why?
and reunited them with Mr. Fuji. Well,
you know why?
I'd love to know.
Because Demolition was, and I love y'all. You know I love y'all. Demolition was a makeup for them because they couldn't get Warriors. They couldn't get them, so that was their answer. Demolition. And then they finally got Demolition because, was it WCW at the time?
NWA, yeah.
Or NWA, they were dying and, threw some money at them. And they actually had to call them Legion of Doom, I think.
They wanted to own the name. And Road Warriors, you know how WWF was.
Oh,
they always wanted to own the name. But
yeah.
they own Legion of Doom, too, so they kind of got them on that one because they said, can you come up with another name? And they said Legion of Doom.
Our boys that we're going to have on the show, I love Barry.
Oh, Demolition, okay.
Yeah, I love them to death. Crush died, remember he was the third one?
And it's very sad to me that part of our Back to the 80s event, we mentioned that Paul Orndorff has passed, but also Road Warrior Animal was going to be in that very seat where you are right now. But what did you think about seeing Demolition put under masks and reunited with Fuji after that great angle they did with Demolition in Powers of Pain? I thought it was so weak.
It was horrible.
It was horrible. And the good thing is, it literally only lasted a few weeks because by Survivor Series,
God, yeah.
they were back under the face paint. But did you think it was...
Andre was in that.
In what?
Andre, for like a week, they had him with a mask. Andre the Giant. They had him.
Oh, he was doing the machines from Japan in 1986.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about 1990, 4 years later. But so they put Demolition under hoods for a couple of weeks and they reunited them with Fuji. Did you think it was a little stale to put them back with Fuji where they already did it and did the turn?
Yeah, because they were good. They were good, and then you did that. I don't know why they did that. But you know why? I think it's got a lot to do with who owned the rights to the name, kind of thing.
That's why they put Demolition under masks and with Mr. Fuji?
Why else would you do that?
Well, I think they were trying to repackage them. They were almost looked like
and
those...
they threw them under hoods and then do some badass boys. And you threw them under hoods.
Well, it didn't last long. We're going to get into more about Demolition soon because there was some big things happening in WWF. Business was tanking. In November, they decided to eliminate the C teams altogether. Was that worrisome to the boys? You're talking about that's a lot of guys losing work.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it was like we got to make the A team, B team, because C team.
There's no C team anymore.
Yeah, it was C team. Yeah. I can't speak for nobody else, Dan.
Yeah, no, I'm asking your opinion.
But for me, that's what I'm gonna give you. For me, I didn't care.
You didn't care, really.
No, as long
You
as I
felt
get
safe.
As long as I get to phone my girls in every town. Oh, shit, that was rude. Sorry. As long as I get to see my girls in every town, as long as me and Shawn get to work, you know, A team, B team, I don't give a fuck. And pay us a little bit, though. You know? Here's the thing I gotta tell y'all. That I've been blessed. They paid us to be whores. Because, you know, we were having sex with all these.
Yeah.
I told you, I'm going to tell y'all again. Barry Darso, our brother, one of the machines, or one of
When you get your schedules.
Yes. They would
He'd
give
be
us,
looking to try and figure out how much money he could make off of each town.
Yeah.
And you were trying to figure out which woman you could visit.
They would give us our booking sheet for 3 weeks. You saw where you was going to be. And like you said, it would be the A team, B team, C team. And you knew when you was on A team, that was Hogan. You were going to make a lot of money. B team, Macho, you were going to make pretty good. C team, yeah. But me and Shawn was sitting there and we was going over like, okay, that's going to be Tisha. Okay, that's going to be Trisha. Okay, that's going to be Wendy. Okay. And Barry Darso wanted, what's his name? Demolition? Smash. And he's like, God damn. And I thought he was going to hit me. I'm like, what? We're all sitting here trying to count our money and y'all counting the bitches. Because we already knew we was getting that.
Yeah. Well, right around that same time, Vince, even though a lot of them were called back to active duty, but he gave notice to about 15 guys.
Back then?
To try and in the fall of '90 to try and freshen up the roster. Where business was dying, where
He
you had
keeps doing
Hogan
that.
was on the road, Hogan was off doing movies, Warrior was A team, Dusty was B team.
He just did that, right? Because
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
upset
yeah,
about the fact that he got rid of.
I just think it's foolish for business for some of the talent that he got
No,
rid of.
yeah,
In
no,
the
you
fall
got
of 1990, you can look at that list of the people he gave notice to, and there was no one that was doing big business for him, or he wouldn't have got rid of them.
How they doing right now?
The company itself, as far as the popularity of the company goes in the toilet, as far as the bottom line,
Yeah.
dollar-wise goes,
Okay, who's winning?
never higher.
Who's winning? AEW or them?
As far as
Ratings.
WWE. But I'll tell you this, right now, AEW is the only wrestling company that I can think of that actually has momentum going for it, as opposed to a decline.
And I love them because I love Chris Jericho.
Well, good. I'm glad you love Chris Jericho.
Not sexually, but I
Well,
love
no,
him.
that's fine. I understand what you meant.
You know, it's been said he'll suck a dick.
Really?
I don't care if he does or not. I
well,
mean,
that's-
your boy Charles last night told me he sucked a few. Shit, are we on TV?
So you're trying to say Charlie has a little Sergeant Slaughter?
He told me last night. He goes, "Are you mad at me? I sucked some dicks." Why would I be mad about that? Just don't do me because I'm not into that.
How did it come up in conversation, I guess, is what interests me more than anything.
Don't know,
Oh.
but it came up.
I'm glad that he felt comfortable enough with you to tell you.
I like him. He's a good brother.
Well, yeah, literally. But was it worrisome to see so many of the guys be given notice? Were you worried that maybe you could be on the list?
Shit. Let me ask you something, and you know this. Who's got fired the most times in WWE?
Well, I'm talking about this particular instance where they got rid of so many guys at one time.
Who?
15 guys. But they did call back a lot of them. Around the time they took Kiyo Sato off the road and he and J.J. Dillon, Sato from the Orient Express.
Oh, Sato.
He and J.J. Dillon tried to broker that deal. I think the promotion's name was SWS in Japan. That saved a lot of the guys' jobs because they were going over to Japan part-time outside of the TV taping. So not everybody that they gave notice to left, but it was a lot of guys.
You own a company. You own Boston Wrestling.
I am a co-founder is how I label
What do
it.
you do? Okay, I'm going to tell you like Jake got told. What Vince told him one time, and I told you, me and Jake were good friends.
Yeah.
And, he had to go see Jake one day. I'm sorry, Vince one day. And he came back to the car that night. We were making the drive, and he was quiet. I'm like, "What's up, brother?" And he said, "Vince said this. What do you do when you finish reading a book?"
Oh.
I mean, that had to be hard, man. I told you.
The
I told you.
Volkoffs of the world,
I
and the
told- I told-
Valentines, and
you know
that's
what I told
exactly
Jake?
who it was.
Tell him to read it again. It
Yeah.
was that good.
Well, I'll tell you this. I don't think there was ever a time from his run from 86 to 92 that Jake was 85 to 92
A
that
what?
Jake was ever stale in WWF.
A
I mean,
what?
even when he wound up, and I don't want to jump to 92 right now, but I mean, even when he left, he was in the middle of a great program with Undertaker.
One time, and I can't tell y'all, I'm not going to tell y'all
No,
this story.
please don't.
One time, we was on a plane going up here. We was coming to Boston from New York, and we had a bunch of cocaine, and it was like a quarter ounce.
Water cocaine.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
A lot of medicine.
And he had it, he had it in his sock.
Oh, maybe Sacco could have helped him.
And I wanted to get some of them. Like, hey, we was up in first class, and I'm bumping him like, give me some of that shit. And he's like, no, not right now. Give me that shit. No, not right. Give me some of that shit.
How could you do it in first class with only 2 seats?
You go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he kept not doing it. And this is, I'm jumping stories right now, but this happened too. But that one, I was so mad at him.
He wouldn't share his medicine.
No, he wouldn't give it to me. But there's
So that's
another,
why the Sheik had so much heat with him.
He had weed. No, he had weed one time, Sheik. And we were coming back from Canada. You know, that's dangerous because you're going across the border. And Sheik put it on Jake. Jake's got it in his, he was wearing boots. He's got it in his boot. And the police dogs were going, and the damn police people, whatever you call them, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, because they knew who Jake was.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Stardom is a powerful thing, I guess.
He had weed. No, this time it was weed. He had weed in his damn boot, and they got onto the dog.
Well, that's a funny one. But like I said, I don't think Jake the Snake was ever stale. I don't know at what point.
Is he going to be on our show?
Yes. But my thing is,
Jakey's going to be here.
I
can't
can't
wait to
think of a
see
time
Jake.
he was ever stale. Can you?
One time, and I'll tell you about the time he made, I can't say this. Yeah, well, the fuck the girl with snake scales.
Yes. Yep. You weren't fond of that when you were invited in to finish the job because he had a.
Yeah, he called me, and
cocaine
it was
dick,
at the
I
Hojo.
guess.
It was here.
Yeah.
It was at this Hojo's, and he
Well,
said,
I hope they cleaned the comforter. But
I walked. He called. First of all, I love you, Jake. Don't get mad. When he calls and does this, hey, can you come over? When you hear a whisper, you already know. But I didn't expect her. She worked for WWE. She was an office girl, and I didn't expect that part. And yeah, I was coming over. I'm gonna get some cocaine, right? And I walked over, opened the door, and he's sitting there. He's at a table. There's a table. It's like this, an L. Like when you come in, then you turn this way.
Yeah.
The bed's over there, and he's sitting there naked. He couldn't get. God, this is horrible. He couldn't get his dick hard. That's
His
why he
manhood.
called it. He wanted me to
his
fuck her.
manhood.
Yeah, he couldn't fuck her. This is horrible. Don't y'all ever repeat this. But he,
Hopefully this won't come up at the Q&A November 13th.
but oh my God, you know, I mean, it wasn't the first time. I'd seen, you know, I'd gone through
You
it before.
assisted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were an assistant.
And I walked in, he just did like this. And I looked around the corner like, well, let me see how shit this one looks. And she's laying there, and the snake, she'd been, maybe he did, I don't know. The snake, it was, God, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Is it?
No, go ahead.
Keep on?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm trying to be nice. where she was fucking herself with a snake tail, the tail end. And the snake got
She
excited.
used Damien as a dildo.
And his tail curled.
Yeah. Like the Sheik's boots almost.
But yeah, something like that.
Like
yeah.
that, yeah.
But he wanted me to fuck her because his tingling wouldn't get hard.
At that point, I would have left the room.
She was pretty, but you know what?
Did you finish the job?
It was a WWE girl.
Which one was it?
I don't know. I don't remember
You
that
just
part.
recognized her by face?
No, it was just, we had just got a memorandum. You know what that? We get the memorandum. Wrestlers do not mess with the, what do you call it?
Office
Clientele
officials?
or some shit like that.
Cough, cough.
Huh?
Cough, cough.
Huh?
Cough, cough, wink, wink.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, she was, are we done?
Is that too, how? Socko, you're really not helping me.
He didn't give me much information on the queue, so.
Well,
Let me get them shoes, brother.
Howard, where are we? 1 or 2?
He left.
Oh, he left. Do you know how far into the program we are?
40.
40 minutes in?
Yes.
All right, so that,
Is that
we
good or
definitely
bad?
got to wrap then.
He told me it was a few minutes, 2 minutes.
Oh, I didn't know he left. Is it 6?
Well past it.
Oh, all right, fair enough. Can you cut to the center cam? Oh, you know what? The people are seeing this anyway. All right, wrestling fans, sorry for that mass confusion right now. We're going to take a brief time. We'll be back after this brief timeout.
Tickets are on sale now for our 20th anniversary Back to the 80s and 90s WrestleFest Birthday Bash, Saturday, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marati.
And I'm John Cena Sr.
Johnny, the momentum here in Boston wrestling continues as we continue to build and build and build. The fans want to know, how do we help? We subscribe to the Patreon, but we see all the great merchandise on that set. Coronavirus may have killed the nightlife, especially for someone like Marty, but our acclaimed eBay store is open 24/7 around the world.
Wow. Check it out.
At Night of Champions 2020, Tribal Chief Roman Reigns successfully defended the WWE Universal Championship against his cousin, Jey Uso, in a must-see battle. Here is your chance to own a piece of Roman Reigns moments before battle on this beautiful limited edition autographed 11x14 poster direct from friends at WWE. It's number 19 of only 50 made. Includes WWE authentication hologram on the poster itself, suitable for framing and matting. You'll also receive a bonus Legends autographed 8x10 photo in an on-air shout-out on Wrestling Insiders as our thanks for helping keep Wrestling Legends working. Get this ultra-rare Roman Reigns autograph poster now.
Cheer! Why, hello! I would ask what was on your mind, but I already know. You want to know what has got my beard looking oh so majestic. And I'll tell you, it's sexy as hell beard care. Coconut oil, vitamin E oil, almond oil, both sweet and bitter, shea butter, it's all natural. Yes, JTG has actually come out with a high quality product. So support your boy by going to sahbeardcare.com and take one step closer to becoming sexy as hell. Cheer. Ooh, cheer. You know?
Wrestling fans, welcome back to Wrestling Insiders as we count down the weeks to the days to the minutes until we go back to the 80s, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts, with a Hall of Fame lineup of guests. Head on over to bostonwrestling.com. The week of the show, we got to increase the tickets by a few bucks because it's such a nuisance to put the packages together for you guys. Get them early, help the cause. Let's blow the roof off of Memorial Hall in Melrose. I'm ready, baby.
Jake stuck a snake in her,
Yeah.
like the Italian.
Now, we know that part, but did you wind up getting involved, or did you go back
here was
to
the
your
thing.
room?
When I walked around the corner, there was scales.
Yes,
like,
I understand that.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna fuck her now.
So no, there was no intercourse with this office official.
Well, me? No.
No,
Officer.
was there any fellatio?
With them, there might have been. I
Not
didn't
with
do
you, though.
nothing with
No,
her.
you just went back
Brother,
to your
I
room?
walked in, and Jake just pointed, and when I walked around the corner, it was an office girl. I can't tell you because you got friends in WWE.
I don't know anyone there.
Sue Aces. and then it was snake scales. Because I guess the scales come off or something. And he'd been.
What? So did you just go back to your room, I hope?
No, I went and got with Ann's girlfriend, Lorraine.
Oh, did you get any medicine? A little medicine, all right. Well,
A
that's
lot.
good. All right, this is a strange one that I came across in my research.
What?
Right around that time in the fall of 1990, do you remember Joey Morella quitting WWF to go and try and become a minor league baseball player?
No.
Not
no,
true
I
as
never
far as
even
you know,
heard
or
the
you just
rumor.
never heard of that?
No.
Was
how
he a base? Do you know of him as being
He
a
was
great
a good
athlete?
athlete,
Yeah.
but I don't think that. No. Well, no, because he never did. He never quit. He never stopped doing it. That's Gorilla's
He never
son.
stopped wrestling. Oh, I know that. Yeah. That Wim is actually, I think I've told you, related
He was a
to that.
badass athlete.
Who,
He was
Wim?
Yeah.
Wim
One time.
or Joey Morella?
One time, Joey was a good ass athlete.
But what about Wim?
Who's that?
Remember the one that was here earlier? He's still looking for it.
Well, yeah.
Well, he left now, but
One time, Virgil and I roomed together,
Mm-hmm.
and a girl, I set him up with a girl from Milwaukee. Virgil has like this, and we didn't want to be next to him in the shower because if he spun, it'd hit you on the leg.
residue.
But I hooked him up with one of my Milwaukee girls, and he this is rude.
No, go ahead, please. I don't want to interrupt.
No, it's rude. He would, boy, how do I say this? When he would jack off, right up here, he'd have the sheet over. He was being nice. He'd have the sheet, but you would see the sheet moving. He was jacking off, and it was up here by his damn throat.
It went all the way up to his throat?
It was up here, like this. You'd see the sheet moving. and
I hope you didn't room with him too often, to be fair, but that's one man's opinion.
But what's her name? Gilliam, but whatever her name is, she was, that's horrible.
Yeah.
She was sucking him off. That's fucking horrible. I'm sorry. Hey, sweetie, but she didn't want him to fuck her because big.
Like a third leg, yeah.
But things she didn't mind sucking him, but she didn't want him to tear it up.
Yeah, she didn't want to be injured in the process.
Yeah. But old Virgil, I would see him so many more than one night.
Virgil could have popped out of her throat if he went all the way
He had
there.
the
I don't
sheet.
know.
He had the sheet up like this, and you could see it doing this. And he'd be on the phone having phone sex with girls.
Oh, dear.
And you
While you were sharing the room with him?
That's my boy. That's my brother.
Well, I've shared hotel rooms before, and I don't think I've ever done that.
Gilliam or whatever her name. Oh, I'm sorry, Gilliam.
Sorry, Julian. Yeah.
And you know what? She has sex with a lot of people.
And where was Julian from?
Which one?
Whoever you're talking about right now. What city?
Jillian.
Jillian?
Yes.
Well, what city was she from?
Milwaukee.
Oh, she was a Milwaukee
Yeah.
girl. All right.
Yeah, a redhead though. That's the only problem. Nothing against redhead girls, but bleach it.
You think she went all the way back to the AWA days?
I watched her.
Crusher and Dick the Bruiser?
I watched. No, I don't know about that. I watched her. Excuse my language, y'all. I watched her suck him off.
Who? Virgil?
Yes.
God.
Yeah, but he got tired of the blowjob. He was like, come here.
He got bored.
Well, yeah.
Virgil was bored with this blowjob.
Yeah, he wanted to fuck her, and she was like, no.
Well, and then there's that, I guess. So how did it end?
He came in her face.
Oh, well, that's good to know. As always, here we get to the bottom of things on wrestling. inside his body with Marty. We know the end of the Virgil Jillian situation from some random time in some random year in
We should
some
call
random
her.
hotel.
Let's call her.
Oh, you still speak to Jillian?
Yeah.
Well, maybe she can give us the inside details. We can do like a
Where's-
video insert.
Where's my phone?
No, no. We'll hold on to that. All right, on November the 19th, right before Survivor Series, one of the things that they would do that I always hated,
What?
they did one of those titles.
I hated those things. You know why? Number one, you had to remember 16 finishes.
Yeah.
If you was in towards
No,
the
I'm
end.
talking. This is the TV. I'm talking about the TV taping prior to Survivor Series. What they did that I didn't like was they did the title switch where they put, they gave Mr. Perfect the Intercontinental title back from
Which they
Kerry Von
should've.
Erich, which is fine. I thought Kerry Von Erich was lousy at that point. He didn't have much to offer. He was very bland. He was very boring. I know he was a friend of yours. I'm just talking about as far as watching his in-ring
One
work.
time we was in Texas, somewhere in
Oh, here we
Texas.
go.
What?
Was Jillian involved?
No, there's a
She
different
stayed
girl.
in Milwaukee.
And you know,
already.
I loved Kerry. That was my brother, man.
But he was lousy in WWF. You
No,
got to
he
admit
was
that. Can you think of one good match he had,
No.
other than maybe Perfect selling for him?
No, but I didn't write it down.
Well,
But
Fair
one
enough.
time we was in, I think it was Houston. It was in Texas.
somewhere in Texas.
Yeah, and you know he's from Texas.
Oh, yeah.
And this one girl, he had a big thingling because when he would, you know, he's
The Texas tornado
you could see it.
cause a
You could
storm.
see it.
Yeah.
You could see it like down by his knee or thigh. It was right here.
By his thigh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. He had
It's
a big
impressive.
one. All them guys that are lean, they got big old dicks. I don't know what God did with that, but
All right.
yeah. But and these girls, this one girl, beautiful. Fuck, I was trying to. Were you on TV?
No.
Beautiful. She was beautiful. I was trying to
One of
fuck her.
Kerry's girls?
It wasn't until that night.
Oh, all right. So it wasn't one of his regulars then?
No. And I was trying to get that. We on TV.
No.
Red
You don't
light.
need to keep
There's
asking.
a red light
You don't
right
need to
there.
keep asking.
But
That
so,
means
well,
nothing.
okay, well, here's what happened. His thing, he didn't wear underwear that night, and his thingling was right here.
It was just flopping.
It was right down here. He had tight blue jeans on, and you could see the whole damn thing. And she was like, "Oh, God bless me."
It's a good thing with Socko's shorts being so short that he
Where you
doesn't have
going?
that problem.
All right, do I?
It's a good thing with Socko where he wears the shorts so low that he
Sock-
doesn't have that problem.
Socko.
Socko, Matt Daddy.
Socko!
He's running the control room now. He can't come out. He'll be
You
out.
do not have that big a dick, but here's what
He's
happened.
going to be. All right, go ahead.
With Kerry, that girl, she was like, she went crazy, you know, because she could see it, right? And she was like, and she started getting all on him, like, thank you. But he was
She
nice
was
to
proud
her.
of Kerry's penis.
Yeah, but he was nice to her, because she was pretty. I was trying to get it, but he said, Merry Christmas to me.
He said Merry Christmas to me?
Yes.
Why?
Because he got it.
He wanted her.
Yeah, he didn't care. He's gonna get anything he wants.
Kerry did well for himself. Well, he was a big guy, well put together. I can see that.
He was a nice guy too, though.
There was I don't think I even met him.
Super good guy.
No,
One
I would have
time-
never met him
one
because he
time
was
we
dead before I was in the
One time we was
business.
in Japan,
Yeah.
and we was in Japan a lot. But one time we was in Japan.
Oh, the
and he-
Bellagio fountain story?
No, the
Yeah,
squirt.
yeah.
He was like, "Watch this."
Yeah,
MJ,
I remember editing that not too long ago.
MJ, watch this. And he pulled his shorts out, and he squirted.
He
pee.
urinated on the
Yeah.
people of Japan.
On the girls in front of us, the people. It
Well,
was actually.
Back to the
And
wrestling.
they're all looking like this.
Yeah,
going,
where is this urine
"Whoa."
coming from? Yeah. Back to the wrestling aspect of it.
Oh,
do you
yeah,
think
fuck.
it was the right move to put the title back on Perfect?
On who?
Mr. Perfect.
Yeah. He was good, man.
Do you think it would have been, and you know, wrestling is what wrestling is, but do you think it would have been more respectful to the fans to do it after Survivor Series? Because even though Perfect won the title on November 19th.
See, I don't know all that. I can't answer that.
Well, I'm asking your opinion now. So on
don't
November,
know.
on the TV taping before Survivor Series, they gave Perfect the title. But it's Survivor Series and all the house shows.
They didn't give
They
him-
kept it on Kerry
he
Von Erich
deserved it.
until he lost it on TV. Now, do you think that's disrespectful to the fans? I do. I don't know why they couldn't have waited until the
did
TV
you write
taping
in?
after. What's that?
Did you write in?
I was in the 5th grade and I wrote them a very nasty letter. No, I didn't. I'm just teasing. But I mean, why not treat it with the dignity and respect of a boxing championship belt? I understand you can say, oh, it's part entertainment and so on and so forth.
No.
But why insult the
Are you
fans'
saying
intelligence?
Are you saying Kurt didn't deserve it?
Oh, no. I don't think they ever should have taken
I
it
don't
off
know.
of him.
What the hell are you saying?
No, what I'm saying is, it's November 19th at the TV taping, and they give Perfect the belt. But
yeah, you're weird to remember the date, but go ahead.
well, I had it written down. But you have Survivor Series, say, on the 22nd, 3
Okay.
days later,
Yep.
and Kerry Von Erich is still wearing the belt. On all the house shows for the next few weeks, Kerry Von Erich is still wearing the belt until that match airs on TV. I always thought that was disrespectful to the fans.
They did something to appease Warrior.
But that wasn't the only time
Why
that
are
ever
you
happened.
yelling?
That wasn't the only time that ever happened. I think actually, as a matter of fact, the year before, when they did the switch after Tully ran into his problems,
Who?
Tully Blanchard, in '89, Demolition.
You know I like him, but he's an asshole.
When Demolition.
Let me tell you something. No, I can't, because I did it on this show before, and I'm sorry, Tully.
Yeah, sorry, Tully.
Her girl, his daughter wrestles.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of her.
Is she no good?
Well, no, like I told you before, on that episode, I think, the TNA Impact made her their world champion,
But was
beating
she
men.
good? Was she a good worker?
She was, yeah, and then they wanted her to do the job, and she wanted 150 grand.
I think you told me.
Yeah,
that.
so you know what? And again, if Impact owed her
That's how
money,
she learned from it. You know what I love? You know what? You know how close I came up 13 times to Tully. I'm
Flattening
sorry.
Tully?
I'm not supposed to. Yeah, I was gonna whip his ass a bunch. Sometimes he didn't know. Sometimes he did, and you know when he knew, he was like, okay, he backed off. There were sometimes you didn't know. I love Tully. I love him, even right now.
but you wanted to beat his ass. a
I
few
was gonna
times.
tear his ass up.
What about Angelo?
Who?
Angelo?
That's his daddy?
No, he worked down for Vince Sr. No. Oh,
I don't know who that is.
all right. Well, that's all right.
But Tully, Arn would have been the one not to fuck with. What'd you just do? No, you fucked up.
Layla, da-da-da. Got me
Arn,
on
I
my
love Arn so
Layla.
much. It's my brother, man. I love Arn. That's the one you don't fuck with. Tully tries to act the game.
But he wasn't.
Shut
the
up.
game. Well, think about Arn and Sid in that scissors incident over in England.
Have you ever had to do this in your whole life? You take a brother by the head and you throw about 13.
I know some people I'd like to do it too.
No, I ain't asked you that.
I've never physically done it, no.
Yeah.
I haven't been in a fist fight.
Well, you can't, your leg.
I couldn't, it's been so long, probably
Yeah,
more than half my life.
Your leg. You
When I was
can't.
in school, though, I was known to...
Fuck up. Did you play semi-pro football?
No, I did not play semi-pro football.
Somebody-
I played, until I got into wrestling, I played baseball, basketball, and
You
I
was
was
pretty good at
actually,
baseball?
I was a very good bowler.
No, you wasn't.
I was an excellent bowler.
I'll get you.
You want to know what
I
pissed me
did
off?
that since 5 years.
You want to hear, and we got the signal to wrap it
Are
up.
we on TV?
But you want to know what pissed me off for years? Every year, I was number 2 in the league in average because of this one
What's your
asshole
average?
that was better than me.
What's your average?
I think it was 103.
Damn.
But we had candle pins. We
I
didn't
was
play.
213, brother.
Well, that's what I mean. You were playing with the full size. We had the candle pins, the little ones that are about. Do you know what candle pin is? Some people don't.
That's duck pins. Duck pins, the little ones.
I don't know about the pins, but the balls.
And the
they're-
ball, and you ain't gonna knock them all down.
The ball is probably about right around the size of this, and it's 4 pounds, and we call it up here candle pin bowling. So it's different than the bowling down south.
I hate to. No,
But what I'm
no,
saying
I know what you're
is
saying.
that this asshole every year, had an average like 1 or 2 points higher than me, and I hated him. I wanted to just 1 year wanted to be number 1 instead of number 2. But
If
you know
you
what?
would-
Number
but-
2
but
out
if
of
you
several
was-
hundred wasn't bad.
I was
you
just
know.
going to say that. If
Yeah.
you're number 2. You know what? I woke up the other night. Oh, shit. Are we on TV?
We got to take it home, so take it home with this beautiful story.
It was. I woke up the other night, and God, I can't say this on TV.
All right, well, it's at your discretion, sir.
No, you tell me. I trust you.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I woke up with a foot of cock laying over 10 pounds of balls, and then I rolled over in the bed and
Were you alone?
Yes. And my dick fell off the edge of the bed. It hit the floor, and damn,
Maybe I shouldn't have said yes. Maybe we should have kept that one to ourselves.
We got to tip them people tonight. Colognes.
Yes, we do. And for all of our great fans watching, remember the Super Chat is
Colognes.
open. We need your help to keep the good times rolling in the studio.
What happened with Monty?
Who?
Monty. Mike.
We spoke on the phone.
I know what happened. What was the result?
Like I said, it's kind of like, when you flush the toilet. It's there, and then it's gone,
So
and it's forgotten.
it didn't end up good?
It didn't end up bad.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
No. One before we go, I want to wrap it up real quick. Did Kerry Von Erich have a bad attitude in WWF?
No. Kerry's one of the nicest
was
guys
well-liked?
you will ever meet.
Do you think his work had declined at that point? And he couldn't hang? Because like we mentioned in an earlier episode, the day after SummerSlam at a TV taping, they took the title off of him in a mock title switch just to make sure if he no-showed, they had footage of Perfect getting it back.
You own a wrestling company. When a dude looks like Kerry and he takes his robe off and the place goes crazy, are you going to keep him?
If the match puts people
you're
to
gonna
sleep,
be honest, you're gonna
if
say
the
yes.
match puts people to
What are
sleep
you
and
doing,
they don't,
Eric?
if the match puts the people to sleep and they don't want to come back, I don't think that's someone you should use no matter how good they look.
No, you got to make money.
I'm saying, okay, once
You
it'll
like
work.
JLT,
Once it'll work, but what I'm saying is, if the match sucks and the work sucks,
Right.
you've seen it
Kerry's-
once,
Kerry's
you
that-
wouldn't go back to see it again.
He didn't suck.
And when he was with
Hey,
Vince
let
in
me tell you,
1990,
can I tell you something?
is it about Kerry?
Yes.
All right.
One time we was in St. Louis and he showed up a lot late. I was going to say a little bit late, a lot late. And he was the main event and against Flair. And he, oh my God, he could get the girls. And he had a Playboy. She was just in the damn magazines. And he shows up. But he hurried up and got, because Pat O'Connor was like, hurry up, you're on.
Oh, that was real late.
You remember him?
Yeah.
Pat O'Connor? Yeah. But Kerry went upstairs because his restroom was upstairs. He ran and he got dressed real quick, and then he went out to the ring, and he didn't put his he had his under tights. He didn't even have his clothes on or his his tights.
And that, friends, are the memories of the late, great Texas Tornado.
You know what his brother did?
Which one?
I don't know, but one of them. Same place. Auditorium was a badass place.
Yeah.
It was, but he went to drop. The finish was he dropped an elbow and then pin. But he missed. He jumped in the air and it was like over here. He missed, and he told Pat O'Connor.
Pat O'Connor.
He told Pat O'Connor, he goes, the air conditioning came on. I think it blew me over.
Well, either that or a little medicine, one or the other. But Kerry Von Erich, unfortunately, that stint wasn't a great one in WWF.
He was a good brother.
He might have been a great guy, but as far as his work goes in the 1990 WWF, I give it thumbs down.
Don't turn that up. No.
No, he was Clapton. We'll
Stop
ask you,
it.
brother. What did you think of Texas Tornado's body of work? Thumbs up, thumbs down, somewhere in the middle? Can you think of anything good that he did?
Want to be fair to the departed, not some Mensa, but
If he was alive, would you give him a thumbs down?
Oh, that's right. And you did that on the.
Fans, what do you think in the premiere chat? Texas
Are we still on?
I'm not talking about
shit.
his full body of work. I'm talking about his stint as Texas Tornado from 1990 to
Live show. We got live
1992.
show.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Damn, you
Give
been
us a
working
super
out.
chat. Help
Holy
the cause,
shit,
keep
brother.
the lights on. The
You see that
Patreon
one?
is rocking, where you get early
Damn.
full-screen access to Wrestling
I'm
Insiders, along with Studio Shooter Interview DVD library, is seen by millions online and millions
Dan.
more on the Howard Stern Show, with Patreon exclusive videos like our WrestleMania
Dan.
5 Rockers match watch along. You can join the Boston Wrestling Patreon family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling.
Show it again. Look
I
at his
can barely
fucking
see.
arm. Do it again. Holy shit, brother.
He thinks he's the Hulkster over there.
Well,
Well, the fans, I don't know if you knew this, Marty.
What?
Phil joined us for one of our watch-alongs. Did you know that?
He was right there. I was here.
No. Not,
That's
not,
the
no,
one
no.
you. That's the one you got mad at.
On Sunday a few weeks ago, he joined myself,
Oh, you
Charlie,
did?
and Captain Lou. I don't remember even what it was that we watched.
Man, you're built good as fuck. man.
Saturday, that's right, Saturday night's main event.
I'll be back if you want.
All right,
Let me
wrestling
have
fan.
those.
All right, Marty,
Oh,
let's
sorry,
get to wrap it up,
sorry,
baby.
sorry.
Again, we're having some great memories, some great fun, but if you really want to have some fun and you're in the Northeast, we have folks coming up all the way from Virginia. Saturday night, November the 13th,
Nia.
Memorial Hall, Melrose, Massachusetts. We go back to the 80s. Marty's going to make Piggott think she's back in the 80s. He's going to be joined by Hacksaw Jim Duggan and so many more. You are not going to want to miss it. Get your all-inclusive VIP packages and tickets now. BostonWrestling.com. For my partner in crime, Mr. Marty Jannetty,
You got to do something about them eyebrows.
I'm Dan Marotti. We'll see you next Thursday, 10 o'clock. Good night from
Peace.
Boston.
Thank you for joining us. Please give the video a big thumbs up, leave us a comment, and subscribe to the channel to enjoy more great content. Don't forget, you can help keep wrestling legends working. Check out our eBay store and join the Boston Wrestling family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling so we can produce more in-depth shoot interviews.